Well, let's get some perspective on these developments now with political analyst Dr. Levy Ndou. Doctor, good morning. Welcome to Newsroom Africa. Thank you for your time.
Good morning to you, Masichava. Good morning to the viewers at home. Thank you for having me.
So firstly, let's unpack this for our viewers at home. The former President Jacob Zuma was expelled from the ANC after publicly endorsing the Umkhonto weSizwe party. Now he wants to remain an ANC member. Is this move a political self-positioning strategy?
It is a political and a strategic move because the survival, the existence, and the growth of the MK party depends on the instability in the ANC. When Jacob Zuma and his Umkhonto weSizwe party wants to get all the necessary attention, they should do so by ensuring that they do something that will make the ANC respond. So it will not be surprising that this could not be the end, because they would want to continuously inflict frustrations and pain on the ANC. And as long as there are still other processes or avenues within the ANC to explore, that is what Jacob Zuma would want to utilize. And in doing so, he would be ensuring that divisions and factionalism within the ANC are entrenched, and that is how the MK party benefits.
Now, others are saying this move is an attempt to maintain influence and relevance within the ANC while also exploring alternative political avenues. What's your take on this?
Jacob Zuma is the beneficiary of the factions within the ANC. And as long as there are factions within the ANC and known other members of the ANC who are sympathetic and support Jacob Zuma, every strategy would work for him. What, in my view, would be the best strategy, which unfortunately is not in the hands of the ANC, would be to decisively deal with factionalism. So as long as Jacob Zuma is aware that he has certain individuals within the leadership, other layers of the ANC who still support him, he will still want to ensure that there is a lot of attention that is given to him by the ANC. And because of the processes and the systems within the ANC, that gives Jacob Zuma much better advantage to continuously do what he has planned to do.
And his actions have been met with criticism from within the ANC, with some members viewing his endorsement of another party as a violation of party rules and discipline. So it's clear that the situation is causing division within the ANC party. Is this the end of the ANC?
This talks to how members of the ANC view and understand their own constitutions and regulations within the party. And by mere supporting another political party, and indeed also confirming that you are a member of another political party, that is a clear indication that you are no longer within the party. Now that such works better for Jacob Zuma, that is why he would constantly indicate that he remains in the ANC, because he's aware that there are certain other individuals within the ANC who still support him, that he can still use within the party to get the inner information of what is happening within the ANC. The growth of the MK party will depend on getting other people from mainly the ANC and other political parties, so that the MK party has to become a much bigger political party. If they just sit down and relax, they might not be able to get many other members. And what to do is that take advantage of parties that are not very united, infiltrate them, use their own processes, and that works for Jacob Zuma and the MK party.
Now, Doctor, let me ask you this now. Now, do you think that this expulsion will lead to a shift in the balance of power within the ANC?
It will actually depend on a number of factors. The first factor would be whether indeed the insistence of wanting to associate with the ANC by Jacob Zuma and the MK party will still be able to benefit the MK party moving further. Whether all other members of the MK party are comfortable with the strategies and decisions that are taken by Jacob Zuma. Another big factor would be if indeed divisions continue within the ANC. That is what creates a very good environment for Jacob Zuma to infiltrate and further weaken the ANC. So those are many other strategies. It's what is known by Jacob Zuma, and he has to utilize that in his interest.
So what message do you think that the ANC is trying to send with this expulsion?
I don't think it's a message that they're sending. What the ANC is doing is to follow its own constitutions, follow its own rules and regulations, and ensure that all members of the party adhere to the constitution, and they're also being treated equally. Rules are rules, and they need to be followed. And you don't have to have rules for certain individuals and rules for others, because that could not create a very strong political party. And an ordinary person who looks at the constitution of the ANC and look at the conduct of Jacob Zuma would be convinced that indeed the ANC took the right decision.
All right. So for the benefit of our viewers, just let's make things a little bit clearer. What is the duration of Zuma's expulsion from the ANC? I mean, is there a possibility of him being reinstated as a member of the party in the future?
It could be possible that they can still use the prescripts of the rules within the ANC and still appeal this matter to the highest decision-making body of the ANC. It has happened in the past, but unfortunately, there is a possibility that such could still be shot down by the ANC. But what former President Jacob Zuma would love to do is to ensure that his association with the ANC continues, because that further weakens the ANC.
Let's expand on that a little bit more. Now, the ANC said in a statement that Mr. Zuma's behavior exemplifies the highest form of ill discipline. Now, do you think that Zuma has been given a fair chance to respond or meet with the ANC to discuss the issues?
It is only that the ANC has got its own rules, processes, and procedures. But according to the constitution of the ANC, when you join and support another political party, that is a dismissible offense. Whether you are given a hearing or not, the constitution is very clear. But if you look at other political parties, you don't even need to have a meeting with such individuals. You only make a statement that because of this kind of a behavior, you are actually expelled from the party. But unfortunately, because the ANC is a party of processes and procedures, that's why they had to follow all these processes, which have actually taken very, very long. And you would agree with me that indeed, if it was with other political party, these matters could not even have taken a day. And such people would not even be given a chance to appeal and follow other procedures within the party. But here in the ANC, that has to happen. And indeed, it is possible that we can get this matter even going further towards the national conference of the ANC.
All right. In closing, and before we let you go, Doctor, how do you think history will remember Zuma's tenure as ANC leader and president of South Africa?
I think it will be characterized by mixed emotions. Firstly, Zuma has been with the ANC for quite some time. He has occupied different positions in the ANC. He has been a very influential leader of the ANC from KwaZulu-Natal and also at national level. Jacob Zuma is one person who has been able to ensure that the ANC grows, and we had observed many branches of the ANC being established, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal. But Jacob Zuma is one leader who has been able to defy the constitution of the ANC. He is one member, a former president, who has been able to go out of the ANC, support another political party, and weakens the ANC. The very same ANC that he participated in building is the very same person who is actively participating in destroying that ANC. He is one leader who has defiantly not followed decisions that are taken by his party, the ANC. When the ANC said all the members of the ANC should participate in the State Capture Commission, Jacob Zuma took a bold decision not to respect such decisions, to an extent where he had to be arrested because he felt that he did not want or his participation in the activities of the commission could implicate him negatively. So there are a number of things that Jacob Zuma has done in the South African body politic, and indeed history would actually judge him based on the number of things that has actually done in the South African body politic.
Doctor, thank you so much for your time.